I'm Chloe, and we're back with Final Fantasy XIV. It's been a bit. I think I even missed an event, honestly. Or maybe 2. Maybe even 3, I don't even know anymore. Just because it's been so hectic with my health issues and everything else, really. But we're back. The last thing we defeated different. So today is not gonna be about any leveling or grinding or side quests and stuff. It's just gonna be main story. That's all we're doing. Up to a certain point. Because there is a few things that I'm ready for, but I can't do it yet. Also, just my audio is being really annoying today. It took me 10 minutes for it to start working properly. So yeah, it may go at any moment. But without further ado, let's just get to it. So here, standing in front of Minfilia for no reason. A hero in the making. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way into Eorzea. And as you can see, my audio is already breaking again. But your character and courage were raised the esteemed envoy. Oh my god, my audio is really doing my head in. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without the thought of reward. Confirming to Thancred that the Sires would benefit from your aid, and no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. So I call it Ifrit, but I call it Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time. One fame and do so. Our last fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Chloe, or rather you have guests. Huh? Bear Gardens! Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. No. I am given to understand the Signs of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Umsala Limited to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Chloe, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have efforts paid for it. To this end, all 3 have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Chloe's deeds spread so quickly, that the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep. Your reputation precedes you, Miss Carpenter. 'Tis no ordinary woman who could face a power emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Header has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend. Together let us ensure the peace ever reigns over the 12th Wood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Carpenter. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Emerger and the dread power, yours was already a respected name in Ulthar. Our people know you and love you well. A woman of your talent belongs to the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ulthar. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strike to ours, and together let us steer the grand vessel of Woodsail to the shores of glory. And? Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, may have a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Asia: the Maelstrom of Upslamasa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Britannia, and the Immortal Flames of Uda. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You'll be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you'll be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be it is, the commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to so. And yet, I can see that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I'm given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? I fire as the... Oh, God. I find suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. No. Very well, let Chloe hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Chloe, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great powers want to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, then you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a great company, however, you'll be one woman amongst many. Our friends, your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization did not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon it. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The great companies seek to protect our nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Aeotia as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pad with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Aeotia is changing, Chloe, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tara. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services will take place. So much dialogue. Okay, so it's kind of true, but it's also kind of a lie. Yes, you can at a later date change bread company. What that doesn't tell you is that you need to reach the, what is it now, like the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd highest rank you can get to. And the first change is free. And then after that, you gotta pay 50 grand. But if you want to change the 2nd time, you have to go and rise through the ranks again. Oh, my audio is really drawing my head in. Just crackling and skipping words and delaying, and it's really annoying. I haven't had so much issue with this before. It's already broken 3 times today. And one was before I even started recording. And here we are, number 4. It's been, what, 12 minutes since I started recording? Yeah. And it's already breaking again. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Chloe. I might sing your praises a little too loudly and often to a few people. I hope next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know when and where the remembered services are taking place. Oh my god, dude. Okay, we're back. My audio was so broken, it was literally incomprehensible. So that's the 4th time that's broken today. In the span of 30 minutes. Anyway, continuing on. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Outer City Kana Center will deliver her address at Meat Keller's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point, due to organizational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that. So make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ulda, where famed General Raban Aldain will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade Earth. Remember, there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Linsalamensa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Melwood Blurfistwin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral slip. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthael, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find our member services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city states in my prescribed order. That with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Basically, do it in whatever order you want. You don't have to do it. And are you serious? Can we stop with the audio breaking? Oh my god. Actually do my head in. Oh god, here we go again to stop. Okay, we're back. I restarted my PC and hopefully that fixes it, but I don't have high hopes for this. Considering it's breaking already. Anyway, as I was trying to... Oh my god. This is really annoying. But as I've been trying to say, it doesn't matter what order you do it in. And here we go with my audio breaking again.
Okay, some changes. So my audio that I use for my voice is completely and utterly broken. I don't know why. It's really annoying me. It's breaking every 5 seconds. It fixes itself and breaks in 5 seconds. So it takes about 10 minutes for it to fix itself, only for it to break 3 seconds later. So I'm borrowing Talon's voice for this one. Because it definitely seems way more stable than the one I normally use. And I have no idea why, but it's just causing me so much grief that I'm gonna be using this voice instead. Okay, as I've been trying to say for the past 20, no, it's not even 20, it's like 40 minutes. The remembrance thingers can be done in any order you want. So it doesn't matter where you go or how you get there. You just have to do all 3 of them. So, I like Glimpse Elements up. Now, I could teleport. But I'm not going to. So that costs money. Because how much is it? 396 gil, that's too much. This is 80 gil. Less than half. God, this audio is working, man. I was gonna start tearing my hair out. It's not exactly how I wanted to do it, but it's the only thing that's working at the moment. And I needed to, at least another 5 hours of Final Fantasy XIV to catch up properly. Since I missed the session. Or 3, I don't remember. But, I was a bit of a silly goose because I didn't go back to a sanctuary. I thought it didn't matter because I was going to play it again very soon. But it didn't, so I've missed out on a lot of rest of the experience points. Okay, so it doesn't matter which grand company you actually end up joining. Like, yes, you can change it later on, but you need to go through the ranks and then present 50,000 gil. But if you change, you go back to the bottom of the barrel. So you have to climb through the ranks again, doing everything exactly the same. All the same stuff. It's literally all the same stuff, it's just different targets, which we'll get into later. And you get different seals and different equipment, which we'll get into later. But now it's time to meet the Admiral. Finally, after like 50 minutes. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is sure to give her address at any moment. And here we go! Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the mother of the oceans, Limsa Laminsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond. Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather starring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel. When the Gallian Empire marched upon Aoza, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilfer's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carpenter. That day the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Laminsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea. Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have, small wonder beneath the savage one will struggle to tell them apart. It's been 5 long years since the Calamity struck, 5 long years of tireless rebuilding, yet the wounds of the Calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizen mast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Caladian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see the ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rutano. The Sahagan creep ashore, seeking blood for their accursed god. While the miners of Ogoroma sport forth cobras who push ever south, despoiling our lands as I go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Gallian Empire. Even now, the cursed fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are, well, nice surrounded, yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast's hordes and the Empire birth and see the ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all, 'tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom, and with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all. Okay, I'm gonna be real, this seems supposed to be voiced. And I mean that literally, like this scene is supposed to be voiced. Yet none of it was. If you'll permit me, Elfiner. And my sister Alizea at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment. As the Abra mentioned her address, Lim Settlements is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the Karapots, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence were troublesome enough, the Galleons have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Mixon's backyard. And that is to say, north of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Galleons whet their blades and watch. If the Lamintons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched to deepest shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. That whole scene, okay, well, the first part with Melwa was supposed to be voiced, and I was very surprised when I didn't hear it. I was like, hang on. Hey, I was like, what are you playing up? I'm like, no, I can hear the music. So I don't know why it wasn't. So the question is, do the rest of them know that voiced? Now this isn't a Mandela effect, they actually were voiced. Melwa had a very interesting voice. With all of her pirate and sea puns. So that's interesting. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Because she sounded very dismissive, when she's like, what did she say? I can't even remember what she said. When she's going on about, like, pointing swords at everybody else, rather than cannons at the enemies. And she's stressed, mutiny below deck. It's like, awesome, she's cool. So is this voiced, or is this not? Please be wise. Keep my throat at rest. Okay, more reading. I guess none of them are voiced anymore. That's really weird. Our forebears were once strangers in the 12 Wood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth, yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Here and Ellison settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today. Do you see the Gridanian standard there hanging behind the outer Satio? The entire serpents represent the unity between Here and Ellison, an elegant symbol, do you not agree? In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace, unless our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love of war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Child's-Wood. When the Gallian Empire brought its war conquest to Iosia, we rallied under the noble stand of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Iosian Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carpenter. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of that people's sacrifice." Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forests are a constant reminder of the violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour has struggled to survive. Driven to desperation, some amongst us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test out offences nigh without cease and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us. On this day, 5 years ago, countless Iosians laid down their lives that we might behold it at the dawn. Please join me in honouring their memory. And how do you propose to honour the memory of those you cannot remember? Pray tell. The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Iosian and Gallian alike. Yet, while we have laboured to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Child's-Wood. Let none be mistaken, the Gallians remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the words of our fellow man. This is harmony lost, yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honour the fallen. Let them be honoured not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together let us heal the forest words that our progeny might live in harmony beneath those ancient birds for serenity, purity, and sanctity. Maybe they remove the voices when they redid the Realm Reborn. That's weird. Fancy meeting you again. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with 2 beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. At last they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love of war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the XIV more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelve's wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their words. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Well, too bad. I made my decision long ago, and I always stand by it. But that's because I know what the future holds. As a certain piece of equipment. But, and now we go back to... Well, hang on, I can just do that. It's sure weird using Talon's voice. But I don't have a choice. What I'm gonna do before we do this one though is... Because I thought these were all voices still. And my throat's kinda killing me. So I'm gonna go get a drink. So I will just be back in a minute. And we're back. But yeah, I think they changed it when they redid Around the Bullet, which is really weird. Didn't realize they removed voices from things. Hark, you souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nothal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar. There, at the flame charmer's back, lies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil, the golden scales of autumn, and of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might. Great and many other gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cardinal, none spent more in blood than gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low. So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets. Yet many left our gates never to return. Let us pray for absent brothers and sisters that they might know happiness in the great beyond us, thou's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have brought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into the 7th umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us strength is all but dead. Look around you, what do you see? Are people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled? Where are the merciful arms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who called us living dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Gallians make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world it's beyond. Now it is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people. Your Grace. Raban. People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamur, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure the wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all in Yozir to see. The victory and fortune stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn. Fancy meeting you again. The Ul'dahs have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you've encountered them. The Ul'dahs do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he's stirred to life. Yet he's but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Guardians have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they have the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Each time they do so, the Ul'dahs send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to these ranks. For their sake, I hope the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. No. Bowie, this has been Phila. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final member summons is now concluded? Amerinigo, you say? What a coincidence! Wow, what timing. Jesting aside, I trust your rabbit guests with the guide companies. Well, delighted that we are to have them here at the Waking Sands. It would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. And now you get to use this thing again. Where is it? There it is. This thing. Lursh. And here we are. Man, that was so easy. There's a lot of other things I would like to do, but with all the audio issues that I missed last week, it's just story. Gotta do story. Welcome back, Chloe, where the Grand Company leader's words is illuminating as you hoped. Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Chloe. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Quest complete! The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless. Brother, are you certain this course is best? Whatever do you mean, dear sister? The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the calamity and the seventh umbral era warranted scarcely a mention. Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you knows what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the calamity. No, dear Alizada, haven't forgotten these details, they've elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds of the calamity inflicted upon Eorzea, so deep in fact that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast traps in their prowls do little to alleviate the pain. So the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us. A grandfather would never trust a failure on despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it. You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destinations are the same. Meantime, I dare say we'll see eye to eye. I should hope so. Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of fate, dear sister, and we'll prevail together, or not at all. The cell will serve not only to close off our present wounds, prevent old ones from opening anew. Alrighty then, sir. All three of them have a quest. And EBB can only accept one of them. So let's talk to this guy. That's the salute. Ah, I take it the Elder CC's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? No. Ah, forgive me. In my eagerness to embrace you as a sister, I mistook your intention. That's the salute. Welcome back, adventurer. Take it General Roban's to kindle the fire within you. No. What? You cannot seriously be considering joining another grand company. Why, they're not nearly as grand as ours. There's the salute. How's the admiral's speech? Ah, we need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? No. Well, I dare say you have your reasons, but mark me, in stormy seas, the strong of arm instead of heart must pull together, or the vessel will founder. And when a ship goes down, the passengers always share the fate of the crew. Remember that. Yes. That's the spirit, lass, with allies like you. How much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made. It's time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Linton Limits and seek out our Grand Company's headquarters. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I will send word to our personal officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearing sure. I always picked Maelstrom. I have one character that's Gridania and one character that's Uldar. Everyone else is Maelstrom. Hello. Hey, well, adventurer, what business have you at Maelstrom Command? I'm here to enlist if you'll have me. Then roll man and walk to the Maelstrom. I'll need a name for the role, sir. Wait a moment. You're her, aren't you? Chloe Carpenter. Aye, your just as our recruitment officer described. Glad to have you aboard, friend. Now, before I accept your oath, you must be made aware of several... Sir! Alert. What is it, private, and is it better be important? Sir, we've received a report from a lookout in Lower Celestia, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a high-wind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, and it appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in the area. The bulk of the infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Carpenter, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lowell Lanossi is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the galleons do. Make haste to the Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. So I'm the hero, after all. Now, Cedarwood is that way. Yes, it is. Alright, well, if we're gonna be linked out, we might as well pull out this axe. Bit of sprinting. It's been a while, so I don't remember exactly where it is. Oh, it's like over there, so I should have just gone through the middle. Oh well. It's a nice stroll through the scenery. The really foggy scenery. But hopefully it's enjoyable and interesting. Like, I love this game too much. With a little asterisk, I suppose, at the end of that. But Dawn Trail's getting better. Speaking of Dawn Trail, in what is it? It's like a week, maybe 2 weeks. Beastmaster's gonna drop, so I've been thinking about doing a separate video just showcasing it to see what's what. Because that will be fun. We've been waiting for Beastmaster for literally ever. But all kinds of delays and stuff like that. But anyway, this crewman needs help. 24. Oh. I don't have my fancy 3-hit combo. Imperials are blind. Hello. That's a darter. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. Maelstrom Command Center. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Later. Be at ease, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're Gal and Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Carpenter. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. It wasn't difficult. It was literally plain as day. I've never seen a craft of this design. Must be Garland's work. Is there no end to that man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eosian savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castromocodons, I'd say. Seems they want your ship, engineer. You have to help him. That fool of a Lullafowl was hiding inside a tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco, isn't it the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. She was soaring. She really was till those bastards blasted her out in the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're gonna hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from my Aussie, they can have a knife in the gut. But they're not getting that ship. And don't forget to save the Lullaphone. What say you, Carpenter, ready to give these curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! An ambush, chomps! Finally some action. Where's there is? I'm stunned. I'm blinded. There we are. Now I'm hitting somebody. Savages, you can't stand against the might of the Empire. This has gone on long enough. I don't have it, that's right. Or button. So that third skill, full debuff, it's a dot that used to be on Marauder many moons ago. Called Rapture, and I miss it so much. Every single class had a dot. They're all these Aroma-born NPCs have the Aurora 1 skills, and I miss them so much. Thanks! Wedge, you should have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. Sorry, how she look anyway. The auxiliary propeller is dead last, but I think we can bring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Carpenter, you're free to return to Marshal Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you Imperial spy. I got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though. If it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. And back we are. Welcome back, Carpenter. I just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of. After you're probably inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction... Chelsea swallows all. Oh yeah, you get seals now. Let's start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Chloe Carpenter. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you sway your allegiance to us, however, it is only rather exactly what it is that you will be joining. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Gallian Empire and solving the many problems caused by the calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our cause has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limits and Limits afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Moab Lufus Wind sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you'll be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favourable, alas, and the strength of it, may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with all this talk of ship and all, I put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till her last breath, fights to her last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Carpenter, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own, choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. There, what would you like to say? You have my sword till sea swallows all. What skills I have are yours, till sea swallows all. I will follow the animal to the very bottom of the abyss. Okay, that one. Yes. The many and varied skills of the adventurer. I have no doubt that your travels have furnished you with such knowledge as will prove invaluable to our cause. Chloe Carpenter, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limits and Limits well till sea swallows all. And there you go. Now we can salute as well. Then you hear me, Cora, this has been Philia, an officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Carpenter. I have no doubt that you were eager to make the acquaintance of your newcomers, but I'll ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now Woman of the Storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the raking stands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Bricky. It might be worth your while. That's a nerve. Maybe, no wait, nerd. That's not nerve. No, maybe this is nerd. I can't remember. It is nerd because you have to do this. Okay. I mean, you should always do this. There you are, Storm Private 3rd Class. Many, many things unlocked. Right, so first of all, this is Commander Ricky, our new best friend. So there's many things. 31, my little chocobo. Well, if it isn't Private Carpenter, I must say the tales of your deeds have been an inspiration to the troops. Our duties take us far and wide, and our way to you've slowly across quite a few miles of countryside on not your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier that Maelstrom deserves her own steed. Let us see about having one issued for you. All you need to do is obtain a storm truck of our insurance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to Fragram and she will see you saddled up on one of our trusty birds. Now, in the olden days, you had to go get these seals yourself, but they changed it so the quest actually gives you the seals you need. So you're going to... wait, no, hang on. Oh, I have to wait. Sticker. Wait, are you serious? I have to turn it in first? Oh, that's rubbish. So I have to go there and then come back. How much do I actually need? And do I in fact have? I do. I do. Okay, how much do I need? Here. There it is. I need 200. Easy peasy. Right. Hunting log. Easton to Nolan. Copy that one, copy that one, copy that one. East Shroud, East Shroud. Yeah, okay, sorry, let's just... Don't know why to do these as a maelstrom, but you know. But yeah, like, you have to go get seals. For the time being, there is 3 ways to do it. The way which I'm going to do it, which is to do the Client Company hunting log. The second way is to do fates. So now every single time you do... Actually, no, there's 4 ways now. So every single time that you do a fate, you get some seals. It's not much, but it's something. The third way is by turning in crafting and gathering items. So if you go into timers, you now have next mission allowance. So if you hand in all of these, you get seals and experience points. If you hand in something, doesn't matter what class you are. So if you're handed in as a paladin, or gladiator I should say, you will still get the experience for that crafter. So if you turn in a carpenter item as not a carpenter, you get carpenter experience points. Alrighty, which one is it? Where are you? There you are. Oh, there you prick. You prick. I see you there. You prick. You're lucky my level of 100 is not a server. I beat you up. I hate that thing so much. It has a current paralysis that does like half the map, I swear. No, it's not paralysis, it's stern. My haze is literally the bane of all Sprat's existence. It's the only one that constantly hides and hunts down Sprouts, because you don't see it. Now where he is now, you can't see it quite easily, but I'm sure he's killed somebody already. And there we go, hunting log Maelstrom 1, a Mojo Hunter. Maelstrom 1 complete, 240 seals. So now that I've got my 200 seals, we go back. Up to the quartermaster, and then we trade for this. Yep, and then we go this way. Then to Middle Anesia. Turn around. It's just faster. Hello? Want a birdie, should you say? Then I need to see your storm chocobo issuance. Here. Yes, everything appears to be in order. And moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. Sprout's been in high spirits for the past few battles. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Square. There he is. Square. Let's just go. I'm sure that it's taken, but I can't think of anything. Square. Oh yeah. So you can name it whatever you want, I forgot. Hehe, I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond like some in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. So now you just use the thing. And there we go. I now have a mount. So mount guide, here it is. The hopper, put there. And then happy days. Alright, so now if you go to Horizon. And there it is. And you can jump, and you can spin. If you're on controller, you can spin. Now there's a bazillion mounts in this game. But this is always the first one that you can actually use. Because even if you get mounts, like if you buy them on the market board, or if you buy them from the online store, you have to have this chocobo to use it. Because this is what sets the flag of you own a chocobo. So as soon as you get this, you can ride any mount. Doesn't matter what it is. So now we've got a bird. It's like a rental chocobo, where you can get attacked on it. If you no, I'm thinking something else. You can get attacked on it, but you move fast enough that it doesn't really matter. You just keep running away and you'll be fine. Oh, hello. Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand company. In Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adams absorbed both the Wood Whalers and the God's Creeper, while the Limitans enacted a complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Ul'dah is the odd nation out, having made no notable changes to its armed forces as before, and in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Let me see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a scion and a storm. Golly, how do you keep track of everything? It must be fun pairing up with lots of different people though. Me, I'm always with Pepper Lemur. Come to think of it, why am I always with Pepper Lemur? Who's this? I heard tell one of me brothers came through not long ago. Looks like I just missed him there. I ain't seen either one of them since the calamity. Didn't even know if they were still alive, but after running into folk who swore they knew me time and again, I reckon they had to be out there somewhere. I've been traveling and peddling in the hopes of finding me brothers ever since. If you see a fellow who looks like me, let him know Brennan's looking for him, would you? So there are 3 brothers, and you get a different brother depending on which city state you start with. This is the Limitsu guy. Hello. We will continue to focus our efforts on investigating the problem with the Amalja, and not the only tribe that has succeeded in summoning its deity. Stay shall be thy guide. When our persons become one, once again shall our paths lead us here. Our city of learning is now naught but shadows. Ere the light of dawn breaketh, shall we follow whither the sand blurs. No idea what he said. Hello, who's this? I know you. Have we met somewhere before? You must be quite a accomplished adventurer to be welcome into these halls. Me? No one's ever expected much of me, and so far I've done a fine job of living down to their expectations. Why are you hiding? I've been chatting with Perseverance, and we both swear there was another member of the crew. We still haven't figured out a way to prove who he was, but just you wait and see. It won't be long before everybody sees us for the heroes we is. Yo. I'm not sure I grasped the purpose of these remembrance ceremonies. Whether you remember or rewrite the past, what does it matter? It isn't as though you can repeat it. Our present-day enemies ought to serve as sufficient motivation, don't you think? The only lesson that I believe we should take from the calamity is that far greater threats can and will appear. I hear you pledge yourself to a grand company. Me, I don't think I could do it. I'd never feel like one of them, no matter what the recruiters say. This is Thancred. The incident with the traitor still weighs heavily on everyone's mind, the Flame General's most of all. And although he cannot be expected to know what evil lurks in the hearts of every man under his command, the revelation is nonetheless a devastating blow to his authority. Even so, it warrants saying that you should not let this tragedy colour your opinion of the man. In all my years of working with the Flame General, I've never had reason to doubt his capacity to lead. Welcome back, Chloe Lee. Minfilia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. I will know why the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Signs are truly fortunate to have you with us, Chloe. Now, when we last spoke, I said I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you've already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God's mess. Spit it out, will you? Wedge at your service. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships were ever more vital to the city-state of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us two of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea. And I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Chill, okay. And everyone's gone, and away we go. Minfilia needs you to investigate the sylphs. Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianja, have the documents of Raff and the students of Baldessian. Aye, my lady, they arrived but recently. We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Pepper Lemur, Ida, a synopsis if you would. Our task was to study the behavior of the Selfs, a base tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood. Oh, how to describe them? They look like Gishel grains, floating ones that worship the primal Remur. Ahem, though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducted to peaceful communication, offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals. While Remur's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal is past. which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about. In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has his hands full of Vendigoth Gerudo, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals. In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I'm grateful. Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania, a veritable babe in the woods. Ida Pepalima, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilio? Indeed, you are willing. Leave it to me. Us, Ida, us. As a few seeds, I swear we're voiced. So either something's broken, or it's been changed completely. Gridania. And since we're here... Hello. Chloe, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You have served Uldar well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I'll grant you passage beyond Gridania's own White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to that dude. That dude. Just that dude over there. The gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I'm sure that news of your deeds will reach me again before long. So basically, it's a way to prevent you from entering the level 30 zone before you're level 30. Not that, players really care, we'll find a way anyway. But you can literally go from Gridania to the level 50 zone, Moderna, at level 1. Just don't get hit, and you're there. Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk behind would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. Here you go. You have papers? Let me see them. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, Chloe. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. As always, the Silver Business. And now we can go through that gate through the internet. We're not going to for a while, but I can if I want. Alrighty. Lots more optional stuff that I need to do, but we're doing story today. We know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the signs once more if we are to... beg pardon. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Experience points. Ael Adventurer, bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Eden and Papalima, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me your quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quiet, sir, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Ah, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs, the curious beach tribe that calls the depths of the Twileswood home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder seed-seeker who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and it is precisely for this reason that the sylph's relation to the Primal Remir has raised a flag of warning amongst her ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there even be a sliver of chance that the summoning of a Primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike a Remir or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own as among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you scions come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route, Little Solace may well come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylph favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from the West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Lemur. Oh my god, I hate Edith so much. She's so stupid. Muscles for brain. And they're not even good muscles. Hello. Aye, the ferry docks at the base of this hill will carry across the lake to your shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Now, I could just teleport straight there, but I'm just gonna use the part. Cause it's free! Cause he just happens to be heading over there. And then get on the boat. And then right off, and away we go. Now, if I remember correctly, a lot of this got cut. Hello. Indeed, I'm Elaine of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all know. Would you know more, you do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about his sylphs than I'll ever know. Level up. Had to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're peculiar folk. How peculiar you ask? Well, let me just tell you. I beg your pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, I might have better luck with them. Hello. The sylphs, yes. Father's told me stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their constant medical is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of clicks, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Tee-hee. The quickest way to a crewman's harm may be through SI, but don't even think of trying to polish up foodstuffs on itself. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. The sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing mobile faces on their masks, and next they're sending our young centuries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbour no ill, but I dare say such pranks that no laughing matter. Of course, hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought memories flooding back. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little turd tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help you with the favor of win the favor of our forest friends. Are still here, eh? Great. There's a little thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who shop empty-handed. To earn the trust, you do want to bring along drat, what was it again? My wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend, speak to Rosa at the curb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine are. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they did that. You can get on a mount or Rubik. For the longest time you couldn't, and it's just been ingrained in my bones. Bloody bots. There's always bots. Why is there always bots? Ugh. Can't go anywhere without seeing bloody bots. So, a peace offering for the sales. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep yet. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seeking the orchard. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions up to the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying to stop it, but still seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an orchard around the current in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. A way to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example. You might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. It just sort of happens to be what I'm looking for, you know. Throw this on this. There. Poison, I don't care. Dead. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot, but of course, those sylphs cough that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of me. The effect's just about the same as well. Anyway, a gift of milkroot behind the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love this stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the mobile that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an sanctioned bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by in your return. There's a flagon full of flower me with your name on it if you regale me with your adventuring tales. And before I forget, don't go trespassing off just yet. Armelane here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. So, it's Good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival, Little Saw, seek out a young Sylph by the name of Kamuxir. He has served as an intermediary between our people on many occasions, and has close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has formed you with some of that murderous rude Sylph Saldor. I have something of far greater impulse for you to deliver, a missive from the elder seed to herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that'll be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I indeed don't impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. And away we go. The only thing that sucks is there's no way to actually get to Sylph territory instantly. You've got to use a mount. Now later on that doesn't become a problem, but that's so much later on that it won't even matter. So, walking one is not permitted to this one. This one does not strange walking one. Strange dancing ones might be a different story. This one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. Thank God I can just do this. This one would welcome walking one who roosts like these ones. If walking one will talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Give many, many thanks. Walking one carries messages to the elder one. This one will deliver the message to the elder one. Walking one should not worry. Hello there, we're old boys from Gridania and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay respect to your elder and learn from you more to your lord Remur. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania. Walking one became a dancing one and brought milker, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not lack tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home. Go home, you say, but it's still so little sauce of always welcome to Gridania, always with open wings. The letter carried by Chloe here is an oath to peace penned by the elder season himself, so you would refuse us. This one's reasons are no business of walking one. The elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking one's waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Chloe's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have... Oops. I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Now, these are stupid. The, these poisons are kind of annoying, and they're not really useful. So it doesn't even matter what you pick, you're gonna throw it away anyway. It's all Eda's fault. That's who I always blame. Say, Chloe, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight seeing the adventure and express any interest in my culture. Me, of course, be happy to join. Oh, there goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Sure, Eda. Sure. Walking one's belly is rumbling. This one is not making a meal. This one is boiling bark and flour seeds to die threat. Color must be jolly and so must greet making. Aru, walking one knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. This one is whipping cloth. Walking one would know more. This one does not trust walking ones who do not show respect. Walking one be a friend to these ones. This one is overdried, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One would not weave the same way. Say, Walking One could not weave the same way. What does Walking One want with this one? The Outer One warned this one not to get too friendly with Walking Ones. Ah, Walking One is friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious Outer One of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Belly, would you like to hear the good news or the bad news? The good news is that your lovely dancing brought smiles and high spirits to all livers' hearts. The better news, why I've thoroughly recovered from the most cursed leg cramps. Onward to my next adventure. I hate you so much. Chloe, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed spirit guide wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of local poppings can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see where I'm getting at. The Sylphs who made their home in Little Stars do so, having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled selves and see what might be done to ease their worries. Sound plan, would you not say? That said, the Sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera and Media of the Gordanians who reside here. She is the most likely to be privy to the Sylphs' troubles. Build. Praise be to the elementals. I can't express how happy I am to see an adventurer with truly a gentle heart. The Sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for enemies, not at least the stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from mountains around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Ziz, Gorlins, and Golnats that roam these parts are especially chosen. By slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 browning bushes as well. They play an important role in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deed, seek out Kamuxio. He is slow to warn the outsiders that your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Only 1. I think that's also changed. I swear it was like 4 or 5. Confirm! You'll get a second. And 1 more second. There you go, you're dead. Dahaha. I win. Oh, my niche. Ugh, more of these damn bots. Are you serious? Oh, it's probably the same one, honestly. Or is it? Let's see, it's around here somewhere. There it is. Or he spawned. So there are some fates, which are not like your normal fates. They're kind of like a mini boss. And he's one of them, and he's the first that you encounter, and the music is quite intense. It's a fate that's designed for at least 4 people. But obviously the more people you have for it, better. Not only do you get a minion for clearing it, you also get an achievement. But obviously I'm on my own, and doing that on your own when there's only 10 minutes left is a bit impossible. Because he does have little friends that like to keep respawning all the time. Because you sink down to level 26. You don't have like your full arsenal available. So that would something that I would like to do, but I don't have any friends yet. That's because I'm not talking to anybody. Dancing one is still here. Dancing one can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Dancing one brings brownie bush to this one. This one can dye thread once more, and this one is blaze. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing one is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come here to these ones are bright, but few are friendly like dancing one. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust dancing one after all. Level up. This one asks dancing one for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since walking ones the last came to our bird. This one must be careful, always careful. But dancing one is not like other walking ones. This one can trust dancing one. This one would ask dancing one for help. Strange walking ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of dancing one to help this one no more. Dancing one is friends with these ones and walking ones. Yes, dancing one will speak to these ones here and walking ones in hut house and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones and after something big. This one should speak no more. Go dancing one. This one depends on kindness of dancing one. Strange steel walking ones. Yes, this one has seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. Shush, this one says. Steel walking ones is scary. Like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Fearsome types collide head to toe in steel, you say. If you're soldiers, no doubt. I can tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Then goes back to doing nothing. Good job, dude. Thanks for protecting the forest by doing nothing. Men clad in strange armor. Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. This one is happy to see Dancing One retire. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees. Steel walking ones come from Empire. Carry boxes go walking deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark. Right here, this is where Steel One hides. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for Steel Ones, yes? Yeah. Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something. Dancing One found paper inside a box. This is message from Empire. This one can read Walking One symbols. Message paper has names of fruit and rocks. Fruit and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Fruit and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do Steel Walking Ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wing, stooping one selling secrets to Steel Walking Ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones. Helpful ones arrive at good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio is struck west after leaving settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in Valley of Beastly One. And away we go. Hello. What? Walking One was this one returned to us. Let's don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a Primal One. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought that this is a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives. Forces this one to go deep in the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. As we just go forward and back and then forward and back and then forward and back and then 1 foot forward. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest, but this one saw touch ones lurking in forest. Helpful One must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful One should search for spools of thread on forest wall. Those things will lead Helpful One to Claxio, but hurry. Hurry before touch ones take Claxio away. For this one, I'm actually gonna wanna go rogue. Proceed. Meddling one is back. This one told meddling one to be gone. Tell Carpenter that this one will never go back. Never. Touched ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Gloria. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu, akin to the Amalja temper wave, and these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. Thou not answer to words, only still. Take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. No, not Stinky One. Stinky One is scary. Stinky One stink. Make this one take go spinning. How are you still alive? Oh, you had Rampart on. So that's fine. And now it goes away, and then he's just chasing after it. That was easy. This one is safe. This one was so scared. Claxier, this one has been worried, so very worried. He's Claxier no harm, still in possession of wits. Commercier, I'm meddling one as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxier. That Claxier is safe fills this one with joy. Kabukier, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from the sauce. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touch ones did, but this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Comixion friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. That's why Jeff is standing in his breath the whole time. And then we go back through here, and then we go here. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful one saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has no many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful one is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful one is hero to these ones. Helpful one will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one will take Helpful one to see Elder one. But Elder one is... Now speed, increase. So as you progress through the main story, your mount speed gets a little bit faster in certain areas. Which is nice. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one may promise to take Kind One to see Outer One, yes, but this one cannot. This one cannot because Outer One is not here. Outer One is not anywhere. Outer One went into forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Outer One often goes into forest but never for this long. Kind One will help find Outer One, yes? Near where Outer One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Outer One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania, ask fellow Kind Ones for help, and please hurry. These ones are not safe until Outer One returns. Now, what I'm supposed to do is go to the Twin Adder Nest. But that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something else instead, but before we do that, I'm gonna just go AFK a bit because I need a small break. So I'll be back in a few seconds for you, and I don't know how long for me. Okay, we're back. That took me a bit longer than I wanted it to because I lost track of time. I was gone for about half an hour. Whoops. Right, so we're here. And the reason we're here is because we're gonna be a Lancer. Right after add it to everything. I'm doing something very specific now. Which is going to be all the class quests, but we're going to do all of them in one hit. Hello. Oh yeah, we're level 5 quest, that's right. Ah, you have returned. I take it from your presence that you have gained a measure of familiarity with your weapon. Good, you are ready to begin the next phase of your training. You will recall my telling you that it takes no small amount of courage to be a Lancer. Now, in terms of courage, is the strength to do something which one finds unnerving. However, Lancer's notion of courage is not so simple. Having first drawn a distinction between courage and recklessness, he then devised the four main true aspects. I would have you learn each with the spear in hand. The first is composure. When outnumbered in battle, the Lancer may lose his composure and succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind as he will struggle to overcome opponents whom he would ordinarily have bested with ease. He will, in short, contribute to his own defeat. If you wish to become a Lancer in sooth, you must learn to maintain your composure at all times. Do this and you'll be able to call upon every ounce of your strength and skill when it matters most. And so to your first task. The riverbanks of Central Shroud are home to Valkyrie known as Yazans. Fiercely territorial, the creatures will attack anyone who strays too close, making them the bane of fisher folk. They typically fall upon their prey en masse, barring all avenues of escape before closing in for the kill. What must go through the mind of their victim in that instant? Panic? Despair? Be sure to tell me upon your return. Needless to say, I would have you brave such an encounter. Take this sack of decidedly noisome bait and use it to lure the ever-ravenous creatures out of their nest. It may be that only one curious Yazan appears, but what if 2 or 3 follow the scent? Let us see how you fare then. Go now, my young ones, learn what it means to have composure. Roar. Like, literally, it's like, oh, you'd be composed and full of courage, and... It's like, bro, what are you talking about? What the heck's happening here? No idea, I don't care. Moving on. The Lancer quest line is a bit stupid. The guildmaster is also a bit stupid. He's like, oh, you've got to be courage, and then, oh my god, you're so precious. Like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's like, bro, what are you on about? I'm literally fine. Oh no, there's 2 of them. I'm so scared. They're dead already. What do you want about? Lancer has one of the worst guild masters. Personality-wise. And rather annoyingly, because of all the stuff that's been like changed and removed, Lancer is incredibly boring. Like it's incredibly boring for a long time. Welcome back, Corey, and well done. I trust you now understand that in times of direst need, no amount of strength or skill will be able to avail the Lancer who lacked composure. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was too busy wondering what I'm having for dinner. You are now ready to learn the second aspect of Lancer's courage, resolve. When faced with a terrible foe, Lancer may succumb to fear and self-doubt. Should this happen, he will become defensive, and in seeking to cover his weakness, surrender his greatest strength, namely his capacity to attack. A Lancer who fears to attack is not but a man holding a pole. His spear may as well be a broomstick for all the good it would do him. It is not and will never be a shield. Though you may learn the truth of my words firsthand, I bid you go in Central Shroud to an area joining the abandoned dungeon known as Spirit Hold. Since the calamity, that neck of the Toz would have become a veritable menagerie of fearsome fauna. There you will find 3 collapsed pillars, which have become a haunt for foul creatures. You ought to put them down. What manner of fiends can you expect to get them? To reveal that would defeat the purpose of my lesson, my young Lancer. Listen to this, if you face these foes with the Lancer's resolve, you will surely emerge the victor. Once you've completed the trial, pray report to Julian in the entrance hall. She has grasped the 2 aspects of courage, albeit with some trouble, though I doubt you will encounter similar difficulties. Her struggle has furnished her with certain insights which I think you would benefit from hearing. A Lancer learns best when he is doing, but the wisdom of his scenes is not entirely without with Guri. Now, Chloe, and do as I beat you. Slave driver. My golly, Troy. Seriously, what the heck's happening over here? I'm so lost. Is there some kind of like streamer over there or something? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Like the whole, what is it? Resolve and composure. It's like for courage is being able to take a step when you're afraid. And it's also being able to identify when to run away. Oh no, it's level 6. Oh no, it's dead. Like, these quests are so easy compared to what actually makes it stand out to be. Now, it could be one of those translation things. And it is a Realm Reborn, I suppose, so it is very old. But, it's like... It's just... it's gonna get worse. Oh wait, hang on. What am I doing? Here I am. I've been expecting you, Chloe. By your return, I trust you understand the points of resolved. Like once flesh, courage can be made strong. It's a matter of training each of its aspects. Now, the endeavor may prove difficult in the beginning. Gods know how much I struggled. You may suffer untold humiliation, more frustration than you can bear, but you must persevere. Whenever you engage an opponent, whether in training or in earnest, make a conscious effort to fight with composure and resolve. Over time, doing so will become second nature, and you will acquire such courage as you never thought could be yours. Mind you, not all battles entail a physical clash of mind. It could simply be a disagreement born of a conflict in the ideology. The point is, it matters not what battlefield you stand upon, so long as you take care to be composed and resolute, your courage will grow. That make any sense? Even a little? I fear I cannot hold a candle to Guildmaster Yuan, but if there is aught I can do to assist in your training. What was that? Something is afoot in the training area. And you call yourselves lancers. Pathetic. You are next, Guildmaster. Arm yourself and face me. Refuse, and all will know that you are no true lancer. Say what you will, I am above provocation. I'm craven to the last, man. But what have we here? Wait, she is but a novice. That makes no odds to me. You yourself admitted her to your ranks, did you not? Very well, I shall withdraw for now. Yet know that only the fearless are fit to wear the mantle of Lancer. I look forward to measuring your worth in the days to come. There is no more to see. Return to your drills. And then he's like totally wrong. Just wait. Chloe, you made no attempt to evade his thrust. Did your opponent so unnerve you as to deprive you of your senses? No, you dum-dum. He was never gonna hit me in the first place, you dum-dum. Well, it's of little consequence now. You need pay no further heed to that uninvited guest, lest you wonder it is not uncommon for challengers to come pounding on our door seeking to test their mettle. For now, dedicate yourself to tempering the true aspects of courage, the composure to bring the sum of your strength and skill to bear against your foes, and the resolve to attack and when fear would stay your hand as befits a lancer. When next we meet, I shall have another trial for you, one that will put your courage to the test. Until then, continue to apply yourself to your training. Farewell, Chloe. So now you've got two options. You can get this custom-made scale mail, which is just a unique thing you only get as Lancer. But you can buy it again for 100 gills, that doesn't matter. So you always the tin piece. Courage of stone. Chloe, I swear you've gained an elm around the arms since we last spoke. It is plain you've not been idle. In our previous lesson, you learned Lancer's definition of courage and how you might go about tempering its two aspects. Today, we shall find out if your efforts have borne fruit. I see you've come prepared for battle, that is well. Your next trial will place you in the midst of a throng of enemies. In such a situation, one might be attacked from any direction, making it difficult to respond appropriately. Furthermore, the likelihood of being surrounded is high. Will your resolve bear the weight of uncertainty? Will you compose your hold when the odds are stacked against you? We shall soon find out. Should you overcome this trial, what courage you already possess will be further tempered. Now heed me well, for this is what you must do. I would have you travel to Naked Rock, where the Annals claim dominion. At the summit of the rock is a sacred artifact, the Stone of Courage. You must claim it and bring it to me. If you are to reach your destination, you will need to negotiate a path through the whole packs of flesh-eating scalping. Scale kin. My words and my brain not working properly. Make no mistake, the creatures are intimidating foes. The stridents in the midst of so many would ask much of any lancer's courage. But given time and no small amount of perseverance, I'm confident you will prove equal to the task. Yeah, I'm just gonna like waltz in there, grab it and walk away. Easy peasy. It's gotta be some kind of streaming person. The only reason why such a large group of people would just stand there. Anyway, I will say, even if I did stream, I probably would not stream Final Fantasy XIV. Because if you've got 20,000 people standing around you, you literally do nothing the entire game session. It's like, I need to do this and this and this, and then it's like, oh, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me too. And you just get nothing done, and I'm like, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Oh no! I'm so scared. Congratulations, you obtained the false stone of courage. Ah, you heard me right. False. What does that say there, courage, I wonder? Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Folks, and we had the pleasure of meeting at Lance's Guild, if you recall. On that occasion, I turned my weapon upon you, and you betrayed not a hint of fear. It was in that instant I sensed that you were unlike others, that you had promise. And so to the present, in its current state, the trial in which you are engaged, if trial it may be called, makes a mockery of the Lancer's art. Needless to say, it cannot be tolerated. And so I've taken the liberty of moving the Stone of Courage to a more suitable location. And now it resides in the depths of Spirit Hold under the guard of Felfanes, a far more fitting challenge, as I'm sure you'll agree. Whether or not you attempt to retrieve the stone for you to decide, if you fear for your safety, I suggest you run back to the guild and bemoan the world's frightfulness to the many brave souls who cowered it. Yuane will doubtless consider it a supremely courageous act. Yet know that a Lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Yeah, I'm not running back. Why would I run back to that guy? You'd be like, oh, Chloe, you did the right thing. We'll put this on hold and then I'll go get the stone and then we'll do it again. It's like fur. Who do I hate more, Yuane or Mila? That's a tough one. And that's not even a joke, that actually is a tough one, I have no idea. They both have their flaws and they're both really annoying. Anyway. Time to get yelled at. Me told that I made stupid decision. Saber Tara, tell me, were you able to obtain the Stone of Courage? Eventually, yeah. Yes, this is indeed the stone, though it is in rather worse condition than when I last saw it. What happened? The Lancer who but recently threatened you moved the stone to Spirit Hold? Not content with trespass and slander, the brazen fool now matters without training. 7 hells, this is not to be borne. Listen, well, Chloe, though I do not doubt that you know better, my duty as Guildmaster compels me to state the obvious. Heed not that man's words. That a Lancer's courage can only be forged in the midst of great dangers. A vainglorious tribe. As you've already learned, a Lancer's courage is the purpose of composure and resolve. No. Be under no misapprehension. Watchfully navigating the Null's territory so to temper your courage in a manner that blindly braving the terrors of Spirit Hold did not. As you continue to train, pray keep the lesson of the stride close to your heart. Hers, so like if I don't know what to expect, I shouldn't go there at all, okay? Please, bro. Ah, Chloe, you come at a good time. I urgently require your help. Scarcely a Balagar, our old friend Fox paid us another visit, seemingly intent upon reprise for the performance he gave the day on your first meeting. As on that occasion, he raved till the air was thick with slanders, declaring every soul who met his gaze more craven than the last. This time, however, not all ears were deaf to his myriad provocations. Seems one of our younger members took offence at his words and demanded satisfaction of the rogue. The troops is departed to duel in the shroud. Had I been on hand, I would have forbidden such folly and rebuked the lad for letting pride cloud his judgment. Alas, I learned of it too late, and the boy is gone. All we can do now is ensure that the hot-headed fool does not come to lasting harm. I would have departed in pursuit of the pair ere you came, but my duties keep me here. That is why I turn to you now, Chloe. Pray go to the East Shroud in my stead and watch over our comrade. So one of them's in danger. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here, yeah. Like, Burr. You're the Guildmaster, Burr. What are you doing? If I ever get isticated to Final Fantasy 14, I'm gonna punch him in the face. And I probably wouldn't be the only one. Sir, we meet again. You remember who I am, my trusts? I do. But of course you remember your mentor, he who taught you the true meaning of courage. I understand that you were able to retrieve the Stone of Courage Spirit Hold. Seems I was right about you. You heard the makings of a true Lancer, unlike those charlatans at the Lancers Guild. It's all you come to me, for I have just the trial for you, one that will do wonders for your courage. Not interested, you say, I'll be Emma Choice. Should you refuse, well, suffice to say that I would not be able to guarantee the safety of your comrade here. When last we spoke, I told you that a Lancer may forge true courage only amidst of great danger. Needless to say, the threat posed by ordinary creatures is insufficient. You must needs seek out better sport. But fear not, for I have taken the liberty of finding you something suitable. Take this alchemic potation and sprinkle it upon the exposed roots yonder. Doing so, we garner the wrath of a certain creature, which you must then strike down. See, this is courage. You know, you're risking your life to save your ally. Regardless of the consequences, you're just gonna do it. There we go. Hello. So you vanquished the Trant. What up? By striking down that frenzied creature, you further strengthened your courage. Release your comrade. I shall, once you've completed my next trial. This one will put you against a multitude of foes. Make your way to Lightman's Stump in the Central Shroud. Once there, seek out a likely spot along the forest path to Landwait. Man-eating wolves are wont to hunt there at this time of year, and it should not be long before a pack appears. When the beasts show themselves, you are to slay their leader, the Alpha Wolf. I shall be observing from up close, the better to offer you advice. Right, so we are going to do that. Blah, we're going to go somewhere else first. Unless I've already got some. I've already got some, don't worry about it. They're like, well, why do you need those? Well, you'll see in a moment, won't you? And now they've moved slightly, okay. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Level 19, eh? D3 is. Tis good as our veil that will paralyze you. Will your courage hold in the face of terror? We shall see. I grow guest before. Let's make this more interesting. Yeah. He's good. I win. Yeah. You ought to be congratulated, Chloe. By throwing yourself into the midst of danger, you further tempered your courage. And in the process, you brought peace to life and stuff, a place considered sacred by the people of Verdania. Having undertaken my trials, you must see now those issued by the guild and not but child's play. Mine is the one true path to courage, all others lead to ignominy. If you wish to become a lancer worthy of the name, I suggest you leave Uwain in his house of cravens, never to return. No. For your sake, I pray you do, sir, till we meet again. And that is why I brought eye drops. Shop. I mean, it's right there, but I can't be bothered. I have about 60,000 yield to my name. I'm rich. Hello, a person who didn't do nothing. Chloe, thank the gods you saved that young fool of a lancer returned a moment ago, and through choked tears recounted to me all that transpired. Understand, folks again attempted to force upon you his corrupted notion of courage. I cannot say this often enough. A lancer strengthens his courage by tempering his composure and resolve, not by rushing headlong into danger. You were able to overcome folks' trials, 'tis true, yet know that you did so by virtue of true courage, that is, courage one of composure and resolve. You faltered not before the fury of the Prince of Treant, nor did you succumb to panic when surrounded by bloodthirsty wolves. Owing to this, you are able to perform to the fullest of your potential. You have come far, Chloe. It's part time I taught you the piercing talon technique, one of the most versatile weapons in the Lancer's arsenal. May it serve you well. Now must needs decide what course of action to take with regard to your self-appointed mentor. There are no lives were lost. This latest incident only serves to confirm what I've long suspected, that folks will cause great harm if left to propagate his corrupted notion of courage. He must be persuaded to desist, though I do not yet know how. Mayhap his regard for you could be turned to advantage, but leave such considerations to me. For the time being, you do well to put folks far from your mind. Focus on your training and strive to master the technique I've taught you. I look forward to our next meeting. Bronze piece. Piercing Talon. So this is the ranged attack. Here we go again! I've been expecting you, Chloe. You've been training hard, I trust. I would set you your next trial, one more dangerous than any you've faced before. But I would not send an unprepared woman to her death. Before we proceed, I must needs verify your progress with mine own eyes. You'll face 3 experienced lasses in single combat. Defeat each one in succession and you'll prove yourself fit to undertake the trial. Arm yourself and take full place in the training area. We will begin when you're ready. I'm so scared, or no. Level 14, bruh. Sit down, bruh. $17, bruh. Down you go. $20. Brr. Down you go. Well done, Chloe. Gee, thanks. Impressive, Chloe, most impressive. You're ready to face the trial. Yet I did not exaggerate when I said it would be dangerous. Make no mistake, to take this test is to risk death. Knowing this, do you still wish to proceed? Yes? You disappoint me. Back again, are you? That woman is the only soul in this pathetic excuse for a guild who shows any promise. Which is why I counseled her to leave you. Alas, she's tried to remain in your house of craven. Such a waste. The guild has outlived its purpose, and I mean to see its doors shut and barred for good. If you wish to object, I invite you to do so with lance in hand. You do not want for confidence, sir, but answer me this. What grudge do you hold against us? For what reason did you choose this of all crusades? I detest cravens who claim their courage and like nothing better than to crush them. That is my reason. Well, the fixity of your purpose is clear, even if your reasoning is not. So be it. Suffice it to say, you will not have your way without a fight. But do not presume that I will be your opponent. No, you must face the Lancer over whom you have so grandly claimed mentorship. The one woman among us whose potential you consent to acknowledge. Chloe shall represent us all. As guild must I wager the fate of the guild upon her lands. Ha, do as you will, coward. It is your guild's trial way. You may even set the terms of the contest. Very well. Chloe is here to undertake a trial. I challenge you to complete the task before she does. You are to travel to the East Shroud and prove your courage before the Lord of the Bramble Patch. He is a giant amongst boars, unrivaled in strength and savagery, and ruler over all his kind. You must go before this fearsome creature and stand your ground. Know, though, that the Lord of the Bramble Patch will not grant an audience to this anyone. You must needs present him an offering of the bloody tusk of his subjects, the wild boars that inhabit his domain. When you have prepared your offering, leave it upon an area of trampled earth. Drawn to the center of blood, the Lord of the Bramble Patch will soon appear. That is all. Are there any questions? No? Then let the trial commence. I'm so scared. Oh, his damn bots, man. Go away. only one boar hide. Come on, I need more than that. Getting so little resources. Three more. I've got barely any boar hides. Are you serious? Right, I guess I'll just wait a little bit for them to respawn because those stupid bugs. Oh, there we are, there's one. And then another one should spawn over here. Yeah, there it is. And here we go. The wager's good as won. Behold the true meaning of courage. Wait, why am I hitting that? Because I'm looking at it, but... Yeah, such brute strength. Yet even as my strength wanes, my courage surges. There we are. Yeah. Yell. You shan't find much sport in these two. Come back another day, my friend. Well done, Chloe. You completed the trial. I trust you now see the truth in my words. Hurling yourself into the midst of danger is not courage, it is folly. No, this proves nothing. I refuse to accept. You refuse to accept the weakness within you. No, Chloe, leave him be. Your work here is done. Return to the guild. I shall see you there presently. So disappointing. They show this big, huge ball thing, and then it's just this little tiny thing that you fight. I will not lie to you. You are no match for the Lord of the Brittle Patch. Had you betrayed any hint of fear, he would have gored you in the space of a moment and feasted on your entrails. But you stood your ground, holding fast to your composure and resolve. Thus you were able to stare terror in the face and survive unscathed. Well done, Clara. You've overcome the greatest hurdle in the quest to become master of your own courage. You may now bring to bear the full extent of your abilities upon even the mightiest of foes. As for Folkswell, if there is a shred of reason left within him, he will have learned the self-same lesson as you this day. Painful though the experience must surely been, one can only hope that it will serve to open his eyes to the truth. Go forth, Chloe. Prepare yourself for further trial. I look forward to our next meeting. Our next meeting is here. It is good to see you again, Chloe, and stronger than when we last spoke. Plainly, you've devoted many hours to training, which is just as well. I have a mind to set you to your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these walls, these men have led very different lives, yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so true shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you will take another step toward becoming a fully fledged lancer. Your first instructor is a man named Matthew. Seek him out at Marasai's Spire in the East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have hardened Mathurumi's perception. No detail escapes the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection, Chloe. Do as he bids you. Yeah, God. Yeah. You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and welcome. I am Mathuromi, commander of the brave men and women of the Spire. Now let's have a good look at you. I see you possess strength and skill in abundance, of this there is no doubt, but you still want for experience. I don't doubt you've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old falters at times. No lancer nor any man can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night, which you are to vanquish. Geronimo. Ow. Oh no, a bloodbath. I'm so scared. Oh no, another one. I'm so scared. Oh no, another one. I'm so scared. Welcome back, last and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. The blood bat bewilders its prey with ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic. Yet to your credit, you fought on resolutely and thus emerged the victor. Uwain has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn hedges I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, make your way to Buscarin's dwellers in the South Shroud. It is there your next instruction. Buscarin himself awaits. The man had a unique approach to our art, though it's a fair while since he's hung up his spear. His words are well worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much for his counsel as they do his mead, good though it is. By meeting Buscarin and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. Very cool. Well, if it isn't Uwain's protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Buscarin, and this here's my place. In case you're wondering why all Uwain sent to your submission, I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened the druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any word? Between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time to chat just now, so if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now, take this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. Now, I want you to make an offering of it at Mr. Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there, complete with its contents, and when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. Well, isn't that rich? They helped out the meat as I told you, and without drinking a drop. Very well, you shall have the tale of me as promised. Mistel is a man who founded the Lancers Guild, and the monument I sent to you was erected in his honor. Mistel was courage made flesh. Cut him, and I dare say he'd have bled the staff. It was him who first identified the true aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as how to go about tempering them. And that word all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale, what with now Lance's keeping to the confines of the Twarswood, he sought to bring a new technique to methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day, and the outside world was a thing to be shunned back then. And non-forest-born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Mistel wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was, a lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite a forest full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign lancers. And by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which you now practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Mistel. Us Lancers owe him much and more, and it's our charge to carry on his legacy, never forget that. Eh? What's this? When's the trial? Boy, ha ha ha. Meant to say ages of point, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, lass. My part in your training's done. 'Tis time you visit your third and final instructor, a fellow named Valclot. You'll find him whiling away his time at the Bobbing Co-op like his lump. That's the name of the inn in Full Guard Floor, in case you don't know, up in North Shroud it is. Valclot's an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it till neither man could lift his spear tip off the ground. I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humour, so good luck with impressing him. Hello there. I take it you are the young lance of whom you spoke, and an adventurer beside by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself, that was before I became a lance for hire. But enough idle talk, you've come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned though that you will not find me as lenient and instructed as the others, now pay attention. Thus far you've learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me you will learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, a lancer must be able to think and adapt. And to think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will only appear when there is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should serve to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervor until it is wrapped to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Easy peasy. You want some, do ya? See ya, dirge. What is my gear? My gear is horrible. Ah, well, it's fine. Eat my auto attack. This is number 4. And then I'm gonna have to deal with this thing. It's really annoying. PS5. Oh, bomber hash. I need that. I don't remember why I need that. I definitely need it. Now, if memory serves. No, memory did not serve. The elves. Easy peasy. So my gear is going to be a little bit of an issue, but that should be fine. Because I just want to do all of these. Hello. So you vanquished the red balloon, no less than what I would expect of one of your wins. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet ever did you press onward, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was that you emerged triumphant. I am not known for being liberal with my praise, but you've done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us after all. I have finished with you. You may report back to your Wayne, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That is all. Bum ba bum 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 bum. So much talking, my throat's getting sore. Old fucker demands I show my face. Ha ha ha. I can only assume the buxom brunette at the floor isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I'll see what I can do. As for you, Chloe, well done. I never doubted that you would meet the approval of the three men, yet I'm no less proud of you having done so. You've travelled far along the Lance's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need to overcome but one further trial to complete your education now. Do so, and I'll give you my blessing to leave the Lance's Guard and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Okay, so this is the level 31, yes it is. Right, I'm gonna have to spend some hard-earned money. Because I'm assuming I don't have them at level 30. I don't. Not even close. Okay. It's annoying that I'd rather be safer than sorry. I mean, it would be funny to do it in this guild, but it'll just take a long time, and I don't really want to waste time on it. Hello? Arms? No. Where's the clothes dude? Here. No, you're the accessories girl. There's the clothes dude. Level 30. That's can't be used by me. That's level 32. That's really annoying. I guess it's that one, but then what's the level 30? Oh yeah, turret skin. That's fun. Oh, that's fun. that one. And now I look horrific. You're actually... Brr, what are you doing? I put steel for a reason. Hello. Yes, steel. That's what I want. Steel. And then yours. And then yours. And then... 31. 31. 31. Why are you 31? I don't want a 9. 29. What's the 29 one? That doesn't really matter. Oh, that's right. So that was a waste of money. That'll do for now, I guess. Let's Alrighty. I spent literally all of my money. That's not good. I spent half. I spent more than half. I didn't watch that. Oh, God. Right, time to build up money again. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hello. Ah, Chloe, ever a sight for sore eyes. You return, I take it you're ready for the final draw. Very well, let us get Guildmaster Ewain. You are wounded. What has happened? We were attacked, sir, by a Duskwhite Lancer as we trained in the forest. He was impossibly strong. A demon kept screaming something about teaching us courage. No, not him, not Folks. We were in the northwest corner of the central shroud when it happened. I was able to get away with the others. You must help the others. Be strong, man. I'm sorry, Chloe, the trial must wait. Pray make haste to the central shroud and help your comrades. And Chloe, should Folks force your hand, do what must be done. 12 speed you on your way. You mean Foresight will speed me on my way. And here we are in the level 30 area. That I unlocked... Well, it wasn't moments ago, was it? It was like an hour ago. God Lance. For siege. Help, for the love of the 12, help me. Help me, please. Come on, bros, they're behind your AoEs at me. One down. Everything's now bound to me. 2 down. Three down. 4 down? 5 down? I don't remember. I owe you, my life friend, another breath and I would have become worm fodder. A dusk-white lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eye when he said it. Mad bastard! Where is he now? I think he headed off towards North Shroud. Maybe the direction I forgot, but I can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the Scalekin at the time. If it's a reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms will have already alerted the whalers. I dare say the Duskwhite's being held at spear point as we speak, begging for his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. No. Now here's the other way to get to North Shroud. Past all these annoying spriggans. Got stuck on the scenery. Well, that's not good. You prick! Go away. I can't start things under battle. There we are. That's right, away we go. What kept you? Helping your comrades, you say? Fool, you waste your pity on false friends. It is only a matter of time before they betray you, right? Just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Gridania, and a man of the Lancers Guild, yet life was not easy. For one of the coin to obtain the barest necessities, I conspired with my cross comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within the ranks. And now suspicion hung heavy over the guild. From that day forth until the last member had been killed, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I stepped forward and admitted my parts of crime, and so was that I alone took the blame. Of course it was the Duskwhite, everyone said. Was there any doubt? It all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had the courage to escape from my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some hapless guard's life. Driven by vengeance and no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lair of ravenous fiend while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear, and I faced the unrunner fury of their kin. For my efforts, I have acquired the ultimate courage, a courage full amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I am the greatest lance that has ever lived. We settle this once and for all. You are the sole lancer worthy of the name. By defeating you, I'll prove my courage. Oh man. The Dragoon mating dance. I miss it so much. Ah, here we go again with the Dragoon mating dance. Well, you're gonna be annoying. Let's just have you stand over here. You will not get the better of me. Calm down, Burr. Interesting. I forgot about these little dudes. Anyway, now the distractions are out of the way. Come on, Dirge. Impossible! My courage is absolute! No! Come no closer! What? And so ends folks. Quickly before that thing sees me. That's right, away I go. Hello. Sir, Fawkes is no more. His was a tragedy tale, and one that might have been so different. Had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand, he could well have commanded a place of honor within these halls. But it avails us not to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are still with us, Chloe. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to say. You've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You are a lancer in your own right. There is naught more I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out challenges as will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength. Just as I once knew for a certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so true will you find I'll be found by an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you've learned here. Go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. Lance Charge. Which used to be called Blood for Blood. This one time, and level 30. I dare say you might be the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable answer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I'll have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional Dragoon on patrol duty is about all folk see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits that description save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to your observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Elberic will receive you upon arrival. Now, I've not been there, so let's go to Northshroud. And then we go this way. I've discovered a new location. Hello. Hello, good sir. You must be the adventurer of whom you sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Albert Vale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we've reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Justinian, a dragoon sworn of service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duty says see afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gordanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Lurgan Danrul might have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the men. We must act quickly, for you see, Justinian is... But I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief in the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Justinian was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I've told you to anyone. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitive. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Anyway, we've caught a few fleeing to the Northshroud, but with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elezen as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Frontal Spire in Northshroud and speak with a man named Justin. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. And back we go. You lot weren't here a minute ago. I have to wait for this thing to give up. Get out of the way of that guy. Was that guy there a minute ago? Jeez, I'd never noticed it. See, they just hide. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I'm the one tossing murdering those who would enter our lives by way of curses. He, an Ishgardian knight clad in black armor. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor will be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I only suggest that you return to Legendrul and see if he has any other theories. And back we go. Hey, Lucky say, most curious why it is not impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florental's spire, which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of the grass between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The clans of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Don't mind me, don't mind me. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I don't know whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye, it rouses for another. Preposterous. Our palace shall cross again, you can be sure of it. I might may. Just passing through. Hello. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury that the eye would choose another, I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Drabania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgaians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you accounted a thief is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Chloe, you, who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, you must needs possess the means to wake it. The soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Chloe. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear. None can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail, save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask you to do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Armory unlocked. Dragoon unlocked. The inner dragon grows stronger. Action learned. Jump. Now, I unlocked the job, but can still answer, and that's because I have to go here. Equip that. My health bar is completely changed. Well, hang on, this is different. By changing your job to Dragoon, you may carry over the health bar and cross off by saying some Lancer. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that. Reassign current gear to Dragoon. Alrighty, now we have to do some funny stuff. That can go there for now. Whoops, that was the wrong button. That went there. That goes there, that goes there, that goes down there, so it's out of the way. That goes there. And then we go here. Then we do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. That goes there. I missed a jump. That goes there. 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 That doesn't need to be there. That goes there. That doesn't need to be there. That goes there. Those are fine. Oh, that's right. That's where that goes. So that goes there. That goes there. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That goes there. That goes there. And then that goes there, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. That looks correct. It's probably not, but it's the closest thing to correct I've got. Okay, so now I'm a Dragoon. So now you have all the skills that you had as a Lancer. But now you get more skills every 5 levels up to level 50. And then once I hit 50 and get the last skill, it's gonna be a while. An absolutely long while before I get any other skills. Alrighty. Cool. So that's the first job unlocked. I've been going for about 4 hours, so I think we'll call it here. Yeah, long session today. Lots of issues, obviously. Hopefully the voice wasn't really confusing. It was confusing for me hearing this playback. But at least the voice worked and didn't break every 3 seconds. So I'm gonna have to have a look at it and see if there's something I've done, or if there's something I can do to try and fix it, or if I was just being a pain today for no reason. But yeah, hopefully it was enjoyable. We've unlocked one job. Many more to go. Hopefully, what am I saying? It's not going to be quick. They're going to take forever. So next time what I'll be doing is I'll be going through the rest of the class quests to unlock the rest of the jobs. Because the sooner I do that, the better. So yeah, we've got to do that. There's a lot of other stuff that I need to do. I didn't really get as far through the main story as I wanted, but that's because I forgot how long and how much dialogue there is. So unfortunately, I didn't get as far as I wanted, but being able to unlock jobs is actually really good. Now, the reason I didn't do it earlier is because you need to progress a little bit through this quest line. I can't remember the exact quest, but you have to progress a little bit through it before you're allowed to actually do the job quests. In the olden days, you could have gotten literally a job unlocked before you unlock the first dungeon, and that's not even a joke. You couldn't literally do that. But they changed it to make it more balanced for some reason. Yeah. Dragoon down, many more to go. Hopefully it's been enjoyable. And now it's really long, and I know there's a lot of issues at the beginning. But hopefully but it was just that one time only, hopefully. So yeah. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. More Final Fantasy to come. I'm doing a lot better than I was now that I've got an extra day off. So hopefully there'll be a bit more consistency, as well as my physical health improving. But yeah, we just have to wait and see and hope for the best. Thanks for watching once again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.